So you decided you want to go to a Pokemon TCG show.
You circled the date on your calendar. You got all your graded cards. You packed up all your binder and all your sealed. Now what?
After watching this video, you will have all the information you could ever need about how to get the most out of you going to that next Pokemon show. Pokemon shows are a lot. It's loud, it's crowded, there's lots of people, numbers, percentages are being thrown around. There's so many cards it can make your head spin. So much so that it may even be a little bit intimidating or cause for some level of anxiety.
As someone who owns a Pokemon card company and as someone who's vended so many shows over the years, I'm uniquely able to put you into a position where you attending your next show is a total success.
I'll run you through my best tips to help you feel as confident and as capable as possible before you attend your next con. First and foremost, research what you have. Pokemon cards and products are constantly fluctuating in value on the secondary market. Being as informed as possible is probably the single most important piece on this entire list. Utilize websites like TCG Player, eBay for singles and sealed product, or apps like Alt and Card Ladder for your slabs. Make a list, preferably a few days before the actual show, so that you are as up to date with pricing as humanly possible before you walk in the doors. Knowing your values is paramount. Some of my favorite deals have been done with people who have shown up with a printed list of TCG values that they bring to the booth itself and are ready to go. It just makes the entire process easier. A vendor is always going to check the values before they make you an offer. And if you know what your expected value is, it's going to take out a lot of the guesswork that you might have. And it'll also make it really easy to identify a lowball offer or an offer that you can actually work with. On that note, understand that you are never going to get a 100% offer on your stuff. A good reputable vendor will offer you somewhere in the range of, say, 80 to 90% for trade and potentially a bit lower for cash, somewhere between 70 and 85%. If you are offered lower, please take a moment, consider the fact that you're in a huge room filled with other vendors that you can probably get a better offer from. A good vendor will trade or pay at a reasonable percentage. Don't just agree to anything. On an aside here, understand that for a vendor to offer a percentage is completely justified. They paid for travel, the booth, their own stock, and probably most importantly, they offer you the convenience of allowing you to come out of your own items in exchange for cash or whatever trade it is that you guys work out. And it's an instant gratification. So yes, percentages are justified. With this in mind, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn the bells on. But also to find vendors that just have good energy and trust your gut when you're dealing with people. You don't need to do business with people that rub you the wrong way or you just don't vibe with. This is another example of just taking your time, checking all the booths and the personalities that are at those booths. In a circumstance where one particular vendor has the item that you want, that you may not necessarily jive with, being kind but also direct is often your best strategy. Another helpful tip is to just remove emotions from the equation entirely. Before you even get to the show, go through your collection objectively and separate the things, the cards, the singles, the sealed, whatever it is, that you're not emotionally attached to and you are completely okay with either trading or selling. This is just a means to free your judgment from additional emotional attachment. Oh, you pulled that Charizard with your best friend from the first ETB that you guys got when you got back into the hobby? Leave that card at home. Bring a separate, dedicated trade and sell binder with all of your singles and separate your slabs, the ones that you're not emotionally attached to and the ones that you actually do want to move out of and into either different slabs or combine them into one bigger slab, whatever the case is. It can be frustrating for a vendor trying to work out a trade or a buy when every other card in your binder is off limits. It just prolongs the deal and it can be frustrating if things are off limits and they're not clearly identified as being off limits. Another quick tip is that cash is still king. Even in a world where Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App exist, cash can definitely help get some deals closed. Cash still rules everything around me. There's no fees, there's no processing time. It's just to hand, and everybody's done. So if you're in a position to, it's probably advisable to go to your bank, pull out a cash withdrawal, just so that you can put yourself again in a position with every advantage to get things done. And then last but not least is probably the most intimidating thing, which is negotiating. Looking at a vendor's sticker price and being confident enough to start negotiating. Understand that just because a vendor has a sticker on an item doesn't mean that they're not willing to negotiate some on the price. Now, this, of course, has its limits, where if you offer half of whatever a vendor has as their sticker price, they have every right in the world to tell you to go kick rocks. But if you approach it more realistically and you offer a more realistic percentage of what their sticker price is, it can lead to some conversations and some negotiations. This is just another example where knowing where to look for the comps like TCG Player, Alt, eBay, Card Ladder can really just be used to your advantage. Most sellers will mark their items at the highest, most recent sale that they can possibly find. And of course, they're going to overlook the lower sales, but this is completely justified as they want to get the most value out of their items, just as you would on the other end of the table. So, completely justified. So, even if they aren't willing to accept your first lower offer, it's often a good place, like a jumping off point, to slowly arrive at some number that's a little bit less than whatever their sticker is. A good and reasonable vendor will always be willing to negotiate. They are there to sell stuff, or at least they should be. Another thing, I don't think I've ever met a vendor that doesn't love a good bundle. If you can find multiple items at the same booth, use that to your advantage because people want to move their items and they're definitely usually more willing to negotiate and lower prices if you're taking in more than just one thing or one card or one single. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't go that way. The price is what the price is, and if the vendor isn't willing to negotiate, walk away. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And there you have it. Look at me. You're the captain now. I hope you learned something. I hope you found this list helpful, or you absorbed a new idea to try at your next TCG show that you attend. If you guys have any other tips, I'd love to hear them. Throw them down in the comments. Remember, confidence in your expectations, being patient, and knowing your item's values will get you a long way in this environment. Thank you for checking out the video. My name is Kyle. I'm with Spin Out Cards. Come find me at a convention. I'll work with you, I promise. But make sure you like, subscribe on your way out. I appreciate you checking out the video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.